I didn't accept this lifestyle. Okay, so I'm thinking that I'm doing something for a purpose. So Monday to Friday, I'm going to be clean. I'm going to work out. Saturday, Sunday, that relaxed mode comes off. Fortunately or unfortunately, all of us have treat food like either punishment or reward or like a go-to time pass. Okay, never have I have thought about it as a fuel to this body.
All three.
Live for this tongue, not for this tummy.
Right.
Okay, the moment it crosses the tongue, right, body doesn't know whether it's sweet or spicy or nothing. Everything is digested into sucrose, fructose, glucose. That's it. There should be some device which is put on the tongue like a chip which controls things. Be it any form of diet, initial 3 weeks will be very tough. I'll explain why it is tough. See, you can say I'm not going to eat a sweet, but internally the craving will be more. Your gut is filled with microbiomes, okay?
Right.
So one is the healthier set, one is the non-healthier set. So now there is a constant fight happening between the ruling party and the opposition party, okay? So now these send signals to your brain. When you do not respond, you get agitated, irritated, then you want to give up on it. You have to control that. The way to control is by drinking water and fueling at the right time. You will this population will die down. After say 3 to 4 weeks, no, you will not have this craving.
I am Vinky and this is the Working Athlete Podcast. Here I talk to working athletes from all walks of life and experts from various sports to provide you with inspiration, training tips, time management and lifestyle advice. If this is something that interests you, please make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future episodes. Today's guest, Rama Ranjani, is a homemaker and a mother of two who became a runner, a fitness instructor, and a lifestyle modification coach. Through her venture, Sthiram For Life, she looks to help people achieve their full potential through a holistic approach to strength and conditioning that includes physical training, mental focus, nutrition, and lifelong learning. In this episode, Rama shares about her own transformational journey through strength and conditioning and running. She shares the nutritional principles that helped through her own transformation and the transformation of her many clients. It was interesting to hear how her own journey started with her trying to set an example for her kids by enrolling into the classes they were afraid of. She signed up for karate classes to give them company and learned swimming herself to assure her kid that she will be there to save her if needed. Her honest approach to life and learning comes through in this conversation. I hope you enjoy this as much as I did. This episode is brought to you by The Bike Affair. If you are in search of a one stop destination that caters to all your cycling needs, our today's sponsor, The Bike Affair, is the perfect place to check out. I have known the founders of The Bike Affair, Krish and Gokul, personally for nearly 15 years now. In fact, my first century ride was with Krish back in 2008. They are both exceptional human beings and entrepreneurs that believe in providing exceptional service to their customers. And it shows. With over 14 years of experience, the Bike Affair has established itself as a trusted source offering honest advice and exceptional service. They are offering a special treat for the listeners of this podcast. You can enjoy a 10% discount on your first order by using the code BikeyVenky on their website. So if you are in Hyderabad, visit their store in Kondapur, or if you are anywhere else in India, shop online by using the link thebikeaffair.com. I will leave the link in the show notes. Now, enjoy the podcast. Welcome to the Working Athlete Podcast, Rama. It is a pleasure having you here.
Thank you, Vinky. It is indeed a pleasure for me as well for having me here. Thank you so much.
Right. So, Rama, the first time I came across you was in one of the bar events, duathlon run.
Yes.
for giving back. I think it was last year. Uh,
Yes.
so that is where I saw you, and that day I think I almost goofed up the results of the run, but managed to salvage, find the correct podium
That's
winners
okay.
and
So
all.
that, in fact, was my first podium in life in a sport activity.
Wow,
I have
that
never
was
stood on
great.
a podium till then. That was actually the first one to in sports area.
Amazing. So that's good to hear.
That
That
was that was definitely a race. I competed against a kid who was almost in ninth or 10th standard. It was a good race.
yeah.
Yes, I do remember.
Right. So that is where I came across you, and then I was following, your posts about Sthiram for Life and other stuff on social media, and I was curious to know more about you. That is why we are sitting here.
Thank you.
So thanks for taking the time. So let us start by talking about what is your relationship with sport growing up.
Mm, I think I have started all these only recently. I was definitely not a sports person growing up years. The only activity apart from school I did was learning Bharatanatyam. I had learned for almost 8 years in my childhood.
Nice.
So that was the only physical activity. Apart from that, definitely sports and me were like poles apart. Uh, I think all these started as a part of fitness journey, and then I'm into running.
Nice.
So
So, uh, so you were a trained classical dancer. You learned for 8 years and practiced it and stuff. Then how did the journey from there to into fitness kind of happen?
see, to put it more open, I was someone who was even taken as a pillion rider in cycle. I have never even ridden a cycle to school. So almost till college, I was like this, picked and dropped, and this is how my lifestyle was. Hardly any physical activity, but always I was on the leaner side. Then after college, yes, I worked for almost 5 years, got married. Then this actually transformed after the birth of my second child. So
Right.
what happened was like after the birth of the second one, I was like really huge. I only lost that baby weight. The rest of the pregnancy weight, I was holding on to it almost for 6 months. I thought, okay, it will come down. I was waiting and waiting. Then it almost pulled me down. One one day I had to like take the baby for vaccination. So
Right.
when I was already tired handling a cranky baby, and to my luck or what it is, there was no power that day. I had to climb 4 floors with that baby. I was almost into tears. So I thought, okay, something has to be done. Only if I am fit, I can attend to my children. So it is from there where I thought, okay, I should find ways to, what do you call, shed this weight. More than shedding weight, I wanted to become stronger, handle my own self so that I can do the rest of the chores.
Right.
So that is how all this began.
Right. So, that thought of taking care of yourself so that you can take care of the baby and stuff started this. But how, and what were the initial steps that you have taken on this journey?
Yes. So having a baby and taking time out for yourself is always hard. The two with two kids. But I had a very good family support. So I had all the support to help me out. So I joined a gym. Those days, now that every other building is a gym, back in 2010, 11, no, it was very difficult to find a gym. I found some gym almost like 6 kilometers away, got myself a two-wheeler. So I was determined I'm going to get this done. Then almost like 6 days a week I would go. I would somehow squeeze in an hour for myself. And By almost end of 5 to 6 months, I was fine. I was not very confident that will I be able to do. So I took only a 6 months membership.
Right.
It was a huge sum then, but still I was ready to take that. Then nothing changed. I still looked the same. I was still the same heavier person. But I could do multiple things in a day, handle all the day-to-day work happily. That kept me happy, kept me going. Then from there, the children grew. Children went to different classes. I enrolled myself wherever they went. Anyway, I go and babysit there. Why not attend the session? One learned karate. I learned that.
Wow.
One was scared of swimming. So he said, "You know nothing when you jump into water. Please don't force me." Okay, to prove that I learned swimming. Then I told, "Yes, I am safe. Now something happens, I can save you. So you also learn." Then the younger one grew up. Then I had enrolled her for Bharatanatyam classes. There I came to know that yes, they take classes for, till then these are all like separate for the adult. But now I was wondering, should I go join a kids batch? Can I sustain this stamina? Then it'll, when you do not perform right, then there is a guilt and a bad feeling, right? So my confidence will go for a toss. So I inquired with the teacher. She said she has a batch exclusively for moms. Wow. Okay, come on. Children go to school. I go to different classes in the daytime. I learned, I started in 2016. I was still heavy, still on the heavier side, but my stamina improved. 2016 went like this. 2016 end, I came across this ad called Pinkathon, Train for Pinkathon.
Right.
So I was interested in running. Along with friends, we used to run once in a while. I could run well that time in spite of the weight. But I never knew any detail about what is a pace or distance or time, nothing. Didn't even have a digital watch then. So I just kept running for the fun of it. And when I came across this, then found out that there is a training which is happening close to my place. So I contacted Chandra sir. Then from there I did 83 minutes 10K. That was my first ever registered run.
Nice.
Then joined Chandra sir's team called the Trailblazers. So I was training with them. So one side the running goes, one side I was swimming, then one side it was regular Bharatanatyam classes. Then one fine day in the Bharatanatyam class, they said, okay, let us have a performance exclusively by the moms, which is like, say, a 90-minute recital.
Right.
So to dance continuously for 90 minutes, one needs a good amount of
A
stamina.
lot of stamina.
So this was sometime in early 2018, we decided, okay. So still I was thinking how to shed this weight. You need to look perfect when you present yourself on stage. So this practice kept going, but still I was the same. Then one fine day, Chandra sir offered me to take classes for the group. So one session a week. That date struck me. Now I'm going to stand close to people and instruct. If they, yes, I am flexible, I can do many things. But when you look at a person, suddenly, no, you won't believe, can this person really run? Yes, I'm flexible. In 2 moves, I can show you how flexible I am. But do I have the strength in me? How will they believe me? So that is when I really focused on shedding this weight and changing my outline. I wanted to get back to the the correct weight so that you can proceed more comfortably.
Right.
So that is when all this insight into nutrition came. Then I really worked on that part. And from there, the transformation happened. It took like, say, 6 months. Then 2018, I registered for this Nice Road Life is Calling event. This is like after formal training. So I registered for a 10K. I clocked 67 minutes.
Right.
That gave me a
From
high.
83
From
to
83 to
67.
67. So now, okay, come on. There are so many activities happening in a day. One side, clean eating. like almost 16 to 17 hours of physical activity per week, including all the activities. So that gave me like a good high. I had enough energy to do all this and have my regular life as well. So yes, I was super excited. TCS I did 61 minutes.
Nice.
Now that running bug has caught me. Okay, 61 means even I can do a sub 60, because for an amateur runner, sub 60 is the benchmark. Okay, come on. So let's aim for it. Finally, in September 22nd, I did a sub 60. So this side, the running. Okay, naturally, what happens? Somebody does a sub 60. You're okay, clocked one step. Now jump to the next. Want to do a HM. So that's how this thing continued.
Yeah. So before we get into the running part of it, I want to spend a little bit of time on the weight loss aspect of it, right? So you wanted to look like your older self and
Yes.
do all the things, and you achieved that. But what were the things that you did to get there? And how long did it take?
See, I have been active for right from 2010 to now. This is like, say, we are talking about 2018. I would go down by 5 kg, then my activity will stop for some reason or the other. I'll get back the. So I was dilly dallying between, say, 67 to 72 kilos. So I was always on this range. I would be very clean, eating only home cooked food Monday to Friday. Okay, Saturday comes, let go of everything, weekend mode. Okay, eat pastries, ice creams, maybe just a small quantity. I was never a big eater, but yes, that small quantity mattered a lot. So what happens is Monday to Friday, it's clean. It's almost clean. By the time it's almost clean, again go back. So this was like the dog's tail. You unwind it, let go at the time you're supposed to hold, again go back. So this cycle kept going up and down. Up. So I never lost any stamina improved. That is because of the activity I do. But weight didn't move a bit as well on the weighing scale. Then okay. Now I have decided I have to do it because one is the performance, the other is I have to portray myself as an instructor. If I have to be there, if I have to walk the talk. Now people are watching me. I had a vacation in 2018. I was on a break. I don't know for what reason. After the break, I had been bloated to an. Uh, Even people won't believe that picture now. That picture is there in social media.
Right.
So from there, it took 6 months for me to reduce. So nothing fancy, no store bought product, everything from the kitchen. That's it. Nothing consistency. That's the only thing. No more ice creams, no more pastries,
No more weekend bonanza.
no more weekend breaks. So if at all, there'll be craving.
Yeah.
So I'll figure out something from the kitchen to taste it sweet. So I would take a date, stuff it with some seeds, nuts and seeds, sit down in a corner, look at it and eat really slow. By the time you finish that one date, your thoughts are, your cravings are gone. Another thing is like 3 to 4 weeks, if you're strict, right? Your pattern naturally changes. You don't get those cravings anymore. So, because of that, I could, transform myself. Say I could shed almost 6 to 7 kilos by then. I could reach somewhere around 60, 61 in 5 to 6 months. So it was only clean eating and home cooked food. That's it.
So what is your weight now, if you don't mind asking?
Now I am around 53 to 54.
Wow. So from 72 to 53, that's nearly 19-20 kilos.
Yes.
Over a period of time. But the initial 6 months, you said you could lose about 6 kilos or so. through just clean eating at
Yes,
home.
of course there is physical activity. See there.
Yeah, physical activity has been there throughout,
Yes,
but
yes.
that did not really affect
Affect
the
my weight. Yes,
But the eating aspect is what kind of changed and moved the needle, so to speak.
yes. We'll talk in detail about that.
Right.
So, okay. So we'll go from craving. Okay. So why I ended up having this weekend break. So I didn't accept this lifestyle. Okay. So I'm thinking that I'm doing something for a purpose. So Monday to Friday, I'm going to be clean. I'm going to work out. Saturday, Sunday, that relaxed mode comes off. Fortunately or unfortunately, all of us have treat food like either punishment or reward or like a go-to time pass. Okay, never have I have thought about it as a fuel to this body.
All of the above for me.
So never treated it like, see, there's a saying like, okay, treat the body like the temple. Okay,
Right.
will you throw in the unwanted? No, right? We all live for this tongue, not for this tummy.
Right.
Okay, the moment it crosses the tongue, right? Body doesn't know whether it's sweet or spicy or nothing. Everything is digested into sucrose, fructose, glucose. That's it, right? But just that, probably there should be some device which is put on the tongue like a chip which controls things.
Shuts it down.
We all have that control, but we refuse to accept.
Right.
So we'll talk about how
Sure.
went on about this.
Yeah. So you lost about 6 kilos at that time, and then how did that proceed from there? You and let us get back to your running. Right. So you went from 83-minute 10K to sub 60 in a matter of what, in a year or so?
Yeah, 67 to 61 in 6 months. Then from there, I stayed at that 60 zone for quite some time, almost till the pandemic. Yes.
Right. What's the 10K for now?
See, I have done a PB of 48 odds. So currently, I'm at a 50 range.
Oh, PB is 48.
PB is 48, but I'm in as of today, I'm at a 50 range.
Right. Okay. So that is like from 83 to 48 kind of thing. It's like a huge drop, right? So what are the things in the running journey? How did it go and get you there?
So I was on and off into this running activity. The day I hit 67, right? That day the running bug caught me. Oh, even I too can run. That is the day I felt even I too can run. So in that period, I was consistent in the training. Generally, what I do is I run for a month or so, then give a break. Then there'll be empty reasons to take a break. Then again come back, just jog. Just come jog, happy go lucky types in terms of running.
Right.
But from say that December to May, my full focus was on running. So I would never miss a run. Of course, the clean eating and the other activities kept going side by side. So it was just the training. I stuck to almost like 3 to 4 months of good training. That's it. Rest of the activities keep going, but sticking to your speed intervals. So I got myself a Garmin watch.
Right.
So I wanted a digital watch. Then I thought, okay, why not a Garmin? Okay, got myself a Garmin. Then almost did all the workouts as per the chart given to me. So even I didn't expect I'm going to come down so much. Maybe few minutes was my thoughts. But TCS, yes, right? In that Josh and the crowd, somehow you push through. I was really excited to see 61 odd minutes. More than that, they give you one T-shirt, right? If you're in the top 450 or 500. Oh, that made me even feel better. Okay, not bad. Okay, go for it. Then immediately, I think after TCS, the next major 10K will be the Nice Road event, July event. Okay, I was now even more sincere. Okay, let's try. I missed sub 60 by 9 seconds.
Wow.
That was the day I understood the value of seconds. Then I was like, okay, come on. But oh my God, I missed this. Like, you failed in the borderline type, right? Okay. Uh, I have never had this feeling in sports. Yes, in education. Yes, even for a half mark. How did it go? How did I lose? We didn't know this concept? All those. Now it's come into running.
Right.
How did I miss? What else can I do to get there? That thought struck me that day. Then now focus on strength training, which is specific to running. Then that's it. Just keep running, doing the workouts. No, what do you call? I might miss some other class, but not a run session. So that's how that season progressed. Then September we had a Mysore event. So there I got a sub 60. That was like a memorable day. Okay, the first sub 60 is always special, right?
Yeah.
Like I passed the exam types. So then immediately the thought goes for the next distance. So that's how I progressed from 60 to 10K to HM.
Half marathon.
Half marathon.
So how was the training different from 10K event to a half marathon? And how did it fit into your overall scheme of things?
Yeah. See, half marathon, ideally you'll have to start increasing the duration of your long runs. You need to stay for a 10K maximum, say 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes or 1.5 hours is good enough. Now, to run a 21K, you need to stay on feet for minimum 2 hours.
Right.
So my duration of the long runs increased. That was in fact a tough period because 10K a race you can maintain a 6 pace, but not on every day, right? So if on every day to say I would get a mileage of 14 to 16 kilometers sometimes on a weekday. That was really challenging to squeeze in that time slot what I have in the morning. I have a very limited time available for self in the mornings. So that was a challenge. More than the running, the time was the challenge for me. So that motivated me to somehow come on. I would start as early as possible. Never thought a second about the safety issues. I just went around, had few people to support me as well. So somehow I would fit in that run in the morning and go off for the day's work.
Right.
So only that thing changed. The speed workout kept was almost similar. The mileage increased and the weekend long run also increased. But I'm used to doing only 3 runs a week: Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. That's all.
Right.
So that was the only change.
Okay. And how was your first half marathon? How did that go?
Yeah, first half marathon was BM, Bangalore Marathon. Yes, I took a nice 2 hours, 20 minutes. Like Bangalore Marathon, it's a traditional same route, right? So when you come back after the 16th kilometer and enter the Cubbon Park, you get that feeling. Why did you do this? Why did you put yourself through this? You could have kept quiet and stuck to your 10K, right? You could have finished by now. It's okay. And especially that 17th or 18th kilometer where you climb up from behind this high court segment. There I was like cursing myself. But I don't know how, always in any given race, last 3 kilometers, I wake up. Okay, I said, oh, it's going to get over. Come on, empty the fuel tank and get going. Last 3 kilometers are always fun for me. I just don't remember anything. Just rush through. So I took a nice 2 hours and 2 hours, 20 minutes for BM.
And what is your half marathon PB?
Now, it is around 1 hour, 53 minutes.
Okay. Nice. So more than half an hour cut. And nearly half an hour.
Nearly, yeah. So there in BM, I could understand that what is needed. See, the stamina, what I call myself, I am stronger, is not enough. That was definitely not enough. So that needed more time on feet, more energy to sustain that pace. But again, always know your thought process during the run and at the finish line are two opposite things. And the moment you cross the finish line, you wonder what next.
Right.
Okay, go ahead, register for TMM. Blindly, like it's just one half marathon, that's all. Okay, go for the next.
So as it turned out, your first half marathon is being Bangalore Marathon. I also signed up for my first half marathon this year for Bangalore Marathon.
This year.
Yeah.
Good.
So October 8th is
October
going to
8th.
be my first half marathon as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll stay injury free through the training and be able to make it. So let's see.
See, injury free is totally a different topic. It's not a guaranteed thing.
Right.
Okay, it's just an outcome or it's out of a probability. That's
Right.
all. Okay, but you can do your best to stay away from it.
Correct.
But definitely, yes, if we put in that effort, you will come out of it with
Right.
flying colors. Yes.
Thank you. Let's see. So now, from what was the time period or how many half marathons in between happened to get you from 220 to 153? And what was that journey? What helped you get there from 220?
See, from 220 TM, I signed up. I did 213 there. Then the pandemic happened, right? So that changed the game altogether. So all these classes came to an end. Then we were all at home, right?
Right.
I had, in fact, I would call that period a blessing for me. Yes, I was fortunate enough because I had all the time in the world because everyone was inside the house. So my work was done for a homemaker. What is it? Your chores has to get done as quick as possible.
Right.
Now that everyone is inside the house, it was very easy for me. I had all the time in the world for myself. Happily work out. That is the only thing I did. Then Coach Reyes Karnad of Runners 360, he had started a live Zoom classes through Facebook. So
Right.
came across that. Was so happy, joined that, started doing those workouts. Almost like religiously I used to do. If that session is not there, do some other session. There were plenty of options available online. So something or the other, all 7 days a week, almost like for 2-3 months, I guess. So I was like full happy. And of course, there is very limited food. The food was rationed, right? We can't get much junk food from outside as well. Of course, I was into clean eating all these times. So that also helped. So once the pandemic came down a bit and we were allowed to step out, I started running again. Till that period, I wasn't running.
Only strength workouts.
Only
and-
strength workouts and only staying indoors, only strength workouts, no running. That is like, say, after TMM, actually, after TMM, I wanted to jump to FM. Now HM done, right? Move to FM. So I did a 25-kilometer run in that Jan TMM. February, immediately start the long runs. I went to 25. I took a nice solid 2 hours 45 minutes, I believe. 2 hours 45 minutes to do 25 kilometer. Okay.
Right.
Happy at my own pace. Take breaks, have water, if possible, eat something and run like that. Then I thought, okay, maybe 4.5 hours, 5 hours, I would be able to finish an FM. This was my thought process. Then pandemic happened, everything changed. Then again got back to running. Then I joined Coach Shreyas. That day, my fitness level was sub 60.
Right.
So again, we started only from base. He said, okay, come, because now we are starting after a break.
Right.
So there, 3 strength sessions, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Again, 3 runs, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. That's it. 3 strength, 3 runs. That's all. So in 6 months' time, I think it started sometime in April, I think. So every month I could cut down a minute.
Mhm.
Every month, either a minute in a 10K or 30 seconds in a 5K. So every month I had PB in one or the other format. Almost in 6 months, I reached sub 55.
Nice.
Then there was a nice road event. I clocked 54. So every time I got a 6 to 7 minute jump whenever I touched nice road.
Right.
So then I was at 54. Then started training for half marathon. Reached sub 2. Not able to recollect when. There was no events happening then, right?
Virtual runs
Virtual
were
runs. I didn't do any of the virtual runs. Not many events either. So it's only again, I think the second wave came. So we didn't have much of the events. So only just running around the local whenever possible.
Correct,
That's
yeah.
it. So the time I was very strict in these 2 areas. 3 strength session without a fail, 3 runs without a fail. So automatically the things changed. I could do a sub 2 HM. So my goal was like, okay, any day should do a sub 2 HM. We'll work on that level of fitness. So the mileage kept going on around 16 to 18 kilometers. I was quite happy. Then I think the registrations opened for Chennai full marathon. But in the pandemic, they were planning to have it on that MRF turf, the
circuit, the racing
circuit,
Yeah.
right? The first year when they had it, I was still in HM level. So when they had it in 2022, yes, I thought, okay, we'll train for an FM. So that 2021 to 22 was a solid training block for me, right? From Jan to the next Jan.
Right.
It was a proper training block because no schools, no office, everything is work from home. So I had enough time in life.
Right. So was it during this time that you hit 153?
All the PBs,
48 minutes,
all the
10.
PBs happened in my FM training. So I was somewhere around 55 minutes. 54 was my 10K timing. Then HM was somewhere around 158, 159. I was always around that range. So coach said, okay, let's progress to FM. So slowly started increasing the mileage. So again, just stick to whatever comes to me. That's all. No extra runs. No looking at what you did today, what they did today. Nothing like that. Whatever is given to me, I will run. If I do it, yes, I have done it. If I have not done it, what can be done will be the only 2 options. Fortunately, most of the runs went as per the plan given.
Right.
So if I have something coming up, I always inform my coach, sir, this week this is not possible. Kindly fix it accordingly for me. So he was always accommodative of that. So never skipped even one run. Almost 90 to 95% of the time I have achieved whatever was given. So the goal, we started with 4:15, 4:10. He said, okay, why not a sub 4? So we started training like 4 months. I think it is September, October, November, December, 4 months. January 2nd was the FM at Chennai. So all set. October, we had a nice road event. So there I clocked the sub 50, that is 48 odds. I got it there. Then in one of the training runs, I clocked a 153 in a 25K run. In that, my 21 was, it came out of blue actually. So it was not a planned, that PB came in the long run. So I had a good aim of going sub 4 for the first FM. Fortunately or unfortunately, that event got cancelled in the last minute. We were almost half the way towards Chennai. That's when we received the message that the event is cancelled. So with the team's support, we had a self-supported run around Agra. So a bunch of us who wanted to do the first FM, right? So along with the team's help, we had a good run, I would say. So my first FM is the memorable one. Solid training with PB in 5K. PB in 10K. I think 5K as well. Half.
Yeah.
Then I did 349 something in that FM.
All.
Just going round and round the Agra loop. That was fun. Yeah, so that was, I was like, I have heard people saying that you're going to hit the wall. So I was searching for the wall. Coach has given that no going ahead of 540. Okay, I started the run. The first kilometer says 5. Slow down. Come on. I'm trying to slow myself down. 580. No. 540 is way behind. Again, somehow 5:30. Then somehow I controlled myself, controlled the anxiety, then kept going at say 5:30, 5:35 pace. So I'd say, okay, shall I leap? Shall I leap? That tiger was hiding inside, ready to pounce. So the last 10 kilometer was bliss. Every kilometer, come on. Then the last 3 kilometers was like game over, let go of everything. Last 3 kilometers, I think I even touched a sub 5 pace for the last kilometer. So
Nice.
that was a
Very
total
good.
bliss.
Very good. Very good. So the you know the, what kind of strikes me is that discipline to coach gives you a plan, stick to it. 3 days of strength, 3 days of run, no matter what, you stick to it, and go with the process, trust the process and keep it going, and the results kind of follow.
See, actually, you don't need any extra effort like motivation, discipline. Actually, for me, right, everything is like a to-do core in the day-to-day list. Okay, like how you brush your teeth, how you wake up at a particular time. No snoozing alarm. 5 o'clock means you need to wake up. Sleep on the go. That is my thought process. Okay, so everything has a fixed time. 6 to 7 is the workout, means no doing recordings, no doing a tele. 6 to 7, finish it, get it done. So when you know that your work is done, right, like you are kind of free. I have a technique for this. What I do, I split my work into negotiable and non-negotiable work. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. I don't do the non-negotiable work because you know that it's going to get done. So I will first attack the negotiable ones and get it done, because I know that if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do for I might postpone it. So I will get all those work done. So these non-negotiables, right, anyway it's going to get done. So that I will spend more time and enjoy doing.
What are the examples of non-negotiable versus negotiable?
For a homemaker, what else will be the negotiable ones, right? Just being inside the house, the daily. So I don't have any helpers. So right from pick up, drop to all the household chores, everything is my area. So some days I would want to do some household work. Some days I wouldn't want to. So I said, no, you can't be messy all the time, right? Okay, clean up. Those kind of small things. Clean up the kitchen or the wardrobe or the floor. So these are the main. Otherwise, I usually have some work to go out and get it done, right? I would say I would keep postponing it. It's okay. Rather, I would like to work out. I like to do something related to fitness. So, but these are the basic things. And another thing is, I reward myself a lot whenever I do.
Nice.
My rewards are nothing but sleep. I like to, so if I, so my goal will be, if I finish all these work within these 2 hours, I'm going to get a solid 1 hour for myself. I can sit down and relax or sleep. So this is a self reward. So I try to finish all the day-to-day work in as quick as possible. Then one workout for the day. Then I'm done. Rest of the time is mine. I can read, relax, watch something. So the life goes like this. So the self reward is mostly we go towards shopping, buying something for ourselves, or to eat something. My reward is always sleep. I somehow like to do that. That is my favorite activity.
Nice. So, your journey, transformation journey, it's quite inspiring. So going from 72 kilos to 53, and going from say 83 in terms of say numbers, 83 minute 10K to 48, and 220 HM to 153, and all these. It's like it comes out of a dedicated practice of consistency and consistent routine, right? Now and also I think predominantly a lifestyle change.
Yes.
Right. Now you also help others uh, with the lifestyle modification, lifestyle change, with Sthiram for Life, right? So let us talk about what Sthiram for Life is, what is its philosophy, and how, what are the main components of that.
Okay, so I'll go with why I started it or how I started it. So what happened was, now this my lifestyle changed. Now I started this in 2019 is 2020 TMM. Yes, around that time I started taking classes. 2019 I started taking classes for the club.
Right.
So then from there I had request for, why don't you train us, strength train on the other 2 days as well. So we'll get a 3 days of strength training. So that's how it started. During that time I was not certified in anything. I had a self transformation as the certificate. That's
Right.
the only thing I had. Yes, I had knowledge of strength training because I've been training in different formats and patterns for the past almost 8-9 years.
Right.
So I had learned these animal moves, then some amount of Pilates. Then I went for karate. There I learned the mobility and the flexibility techniques there. Then I went for swimming. There I learned some techniques. So I do something as a warm up in my dance class as well. So all these kind of put together, I had some knowledge how to go about it. But still, I was not very confident of a runner specific strength training. So I just started with this. Then 2020, it almost went well till the pandemic. Then it got stopped for a few months. Then our boon was the Zoom, right? We all, so Zoom was the order of the day. So I started classes over Zoom. Then when I joined Runners 360, I was fortunate enough to attend classes from Dr. Soumya Rawat of
Right.
Stairs Physiotherapy.
Yeah.
So there, that Swiss ball really fascinated me. Okay, so that is where I learned that what is all this runner specific strength. So that is where I got this concept of how your strength training should support your sport, what you play.
Correct.
A footballer, a runner, and a weightlifter. All these three are three different zones and three different categories. All of them can't do the same kind of strength training, right?
Correct.
So that concept I understood here. Then from there, I tried to learn more, built on it. Then my classes were going on. One fine day, a friend of mine approached saying, I want guidance on nutrition. I said, no, I am not certified. I don't do anything extra special to, there is nothing secret ingredient in this to call a diet or nutrition plan or something. She said, no, I'm a vegetarian like you. You teach me whatever you do. But she had a list of prerequisites. You cannot tell me to stop rice. You cannot ask me to leave certain things like that. I said, yes, we'll accommodate all of these and we'll go ahead. That Lakshmi was my Lakshmi in this career, I guess. So she was the one who offered me that first chance. And she just listened to whatever I asked her to do. To put it out, actually, basically, it is 3 to 4 meals in a day, just meals from your kitchen. What you have been eating, all your life. Nothing fancy, no store bought products, no new what you call techniques. Or it's only the quantity, the timing, when you eat and what you eat, and how much you eat. That's all changes. And your daily kitchen routine, you don't have to cook exclusively for yourself and for the rest of nothing like that. But the consistency, you have to be no eating what do you call one bite of chocolate, one pinch of so and so, just a sip. No, no means no. But she stuck to it, and she lost a good amount of weight. Like she saw her transformation. With 6 to 7 kilos loss, she saw her transformation. Then that motivated her to bring in her other family members. He said, "You knew, right? You can go ahead." No, no, no. They are not going to listen to me, but they will listen to someone if they have paid to that person. So you take them as your client. So that is how my nutrition thing started. So with Sthiram, I give nutrition guidance. It's more like a lifestyle modification plus strength training.
Right. So let us say when you say lifestyle modification through nutrition or diet, what are the things that you tell them? You mentioned everything from the kitchen, then how much you eat and the timing of that when you eat. So what do you prescribe? How do you prescribe? Obviously it
Yes.
won't be like one thing for everyone,
Yes.
but how do you
See,
meet up?
I ask them about their lifestyle basically.
Hmm.
Morning to night, what do they do in a day? I take down their food log. I ask them to note down anything and everything that crosses their throat. Okay, as you cross the kitchen, you find something, pop that in. I went somewhere, they gave me this. So like that, you write down everything. And for 3 to 4 days, then I see their lifestyle. What is it? How they go about it. Then I ask them for their cuisine. Say, suppose I'm a South Indian. Suppose somebody from a different zone comes to me. So I don't ask them to eat what I eat. So I ask them for their cuisine. Then based on that, suppose say, for example, if I talk about a South Indian, okay, what do we do? Idli dosa for breakfast. Again, rasam, sambar and rice. Again, night will be again idli or dosa. So now you observe it, there is predominantly, there is a lot of carbs.
Right.
Okay. And the rest of the things, sometimes we eat, sometimes we don't eat. So what I ask them to do is, what the only change we bring? You eat the same 3 meals. No changing the idli dosa, no changing the rice and rasam, the same. But reduce this quantity. Before you touch your carbs, you need to eat your salads and the cooked vegetable. Then you eat how much ever idli you want or how much ever rice you want. I don't think you. So the concept is, suppose visualize your stomach like a glass bottle. Okay, you can either fill the brim with just one element, just sambar rice, okay, or just roti and sabzi, roti dal, or you can fill it like a layer of raw vegetables, a layer of cooked vegetables, a layer of dal. Top it with your carbs. Now, how many rotis can you eat?
Right.
I'll allow you to choose fix your number. How many can you eat? So maximum 2. Okay, fine, eat it. But between 2 meals, there is something you have to finish. That is nothing but water and a fruit. So when you have what you call food at regular interval, you're not hungry. So never let yourself to be super hungry or never eat till the brim. So always maintain an optimal level of food. So what happens? Technically, what this means is your insulin level in your blood is maintained. Okay, it's neither spikes nor dips.
Drops.
So this up and down is the problem. So when it is maintained at the same level, your fat burning happens. So people refuse to say, I ate in the morning, I'm not hungry, I'm okay to eat in the dinner. I won't eat any. No, that is not the way you're supposed to eat. You need to maintain. You can't overfill your tank, then again go to reserve mode, then refill. No, you should have a steady amount supply of fuel. Then There is no cravings. There is no crash eating. You will not go and just go gorge whatever is served in front of you. So your mind is also relaxed. So you take time to choose and eat. This process sounds very simple. All of us, all of us can do this, right? But why it doesn't happen?
Why?
Why? Because we same Monday to Friday story.
Right.
We will be very good for 4 days. Fifth day, someone calls us for a party. There's a birthday party. There is a say somebody has invited you. Somebody offered you, and you cannot deny. This is where all this. But we have to put ourselves as a priority and say no. Yes, I will party after this period, after it settles down. Then we can reintroduce all this. But for that initial period, right, you have to be strict. No means no.
So you mentioned the so you add salads and vegetables to whatever they are
Yes.
regularly
Yes.
consuming. You don't subtract those, say you don't eat these or don't eat these, as in if they are like normal food, idli, dosa, rice, sambar kind of things, not the cakes and ice creams. If they are those are the staples, you don't say stop eating this,
No.
but add
Yes.
vegetables and salads and cooked vegetables, raw vegetables and stuff like that, so that they don't
See,
end up.
the typical pattern is, suppose you visualize the plate with those katoris, okay? So what happens, no? The first time, all those peripheries will be filled.
Right.
And we fill the rice or roti. Now, when this segment gets over, we keep refilling this segment alone, right? The other areas, we never think about it. So whenever you refill an entire plate. I would even say move your carbs to that katori and put the rest here. Now, how much can you eat? People would say, should I skip rice? Should I stop eating rice for dinner? You can eat whatever you have been eating. There is no you have to eat quinoa or oats or any other muesli. None of this. You stick to what you eat, but make sure you eat this first and then go to it. Your bottle is already half full.
Right.
Now one rule is you're not supposed to fill it till the brim. And you know that your next meal is coming in another 2 hours. So how much can you eat?
Right.
Yeah. So this is the only secret behind the weight loss.
Right. So that is what you eat.
Yes, what you eat.
And when, how
When
do
you
you
eat.
Yeah, when you eat, how do you address that?
When you eat, that is another this thing. So there are folks who would say, I'm not hungry, I'm just eating a fruit bowl for dinner. Okay. Fruit is nothing but nature's candy for us. For a person who is clean eating, that is the sweetest one, that is the sugar.
Right.
Okay. So you are just eating a bowl full of sugar. That too at night. So generally, by bedtime, for what you need food, you are already going to bed. You don't need much of calories, but you should feel full. We have that feeling, if the satiety is not reached, then you feel like nibbling around and fiddling around to put something in the mouth, but you'll never be satisfied. So this eating a fruit bowl is definitely a no. Fruit is something, it's like a free sugar. So when it gets digested very quickly, and it is like the sugar in your system, which has to be burnt immediately. Otherwise, it gets converted to fat and goes and sits as extra weight.
Right.
So eat your fruits before sunset. In the sense, you will be still having 3-4 hours of activity, physical movement before bedtime. So definitely that will get digested. So definitely no fruits in the later part of the day. Try to eat in the morning. And definitely not a mixed fruit thing, because each one has a different flavor and a different digestive time. Just one fruit at a time, maximum 2 fruits in a day or 3 fruits in a day. That's it. Eat as much of vegetables you want. As much. There is no restriction. But this potato doesn't fall in that category, okay?
Especially not as fries.
No, potato is equivalent to rice. You want to eat the potato, cut the rice or cut the roti. They both are just the same in different format. That's it.
Mhm. So I mean I've seen ultra runners use potatoes, boiled potatoes
Yes.
as fuel
Yes.
throughout their
Yes.
24-hour, 48
Yes.
hours.
So you know that how much energy it gives,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you eat a chunk of that plus a chunk of rice, then you can imagine how much of calories have gone in. It's very helpful when you have it as a pre-race meal.
During race nutrition.
Race nutrition as well. For ultra runners, you have enough time to digest and run.
Correct.
Not for not for 42.
No, not
Yes.
for the short distance.
Shorter ones. So these kind of small things, okay. So people will say, I didn't eat much, just I ate a bowl of say aloo paratha for dinner. Enough, right? For that, instead of having like one or two aloo paratha, have the aloo paratha, but eat some salads. That forms the base, okay. That adds fiber. It helps in pulling it out of your system. Also, it absorbs the left out fat and other things before it enters your bloodstream. So keep your base layer, like fill it up with cotton. It's like that. So your volume is also down. You're not hungry. Now add in a dal, a source of protein. Then eat the aloo paratha. I think you'll be done with one paratha. Have it with butter. No, there is like no restriction for this that you have to let go of everything. Eat everything, but in moderation.
So it sounds like nutrition rich will become the base.
Yes.
And then calorie dense will become a little bit of
Yes. Yes. See, you have, say, suppose a certain amount of calorie allotted for your meal. Okay. Now, again, there is one, what you call style, I would say. People would say, I just ate a brownie or a fudge in the evening. I'm not feeling hungry. So I skip the dinner. Okay. Now you expect a loss or decrease in the scale tomorrow morning because your thoughts is you skip dinner. Yes, it will show. You'll be really happy. The following day, right, it will show up because it takes so much time to react inside your system. These will attract extra water molecules, make you heavy. The following day, it will show.
Right.
Again, see, suppose one bowl of poha or one bowl of rice, and you equate that calorie to a laddu or one sweet. And you say, yes, the calorie wise, they are same. I just ate one laddu, I am satisfied. Okay. Instead of I skip my meal and yes, mathematically correct. But
The
inside,
effect
what it gives, that is completely different.
Right. I mean, you could probably get away with something like that once in a while.
Yes, exactly.
But not in a regular
Yes,
basis.
see, we are not saints, okay, to let go of all these pleasures.
Right.
We do love, all of us like to eat, but there is a time when to eat. Suppose you're in a racing season. This logic is you are hampering yourself if you're doing this in your racing season, because next day morning you will have one either the strength or the run workout. Okay, you need the fuel, you need the energy for it, so you cannot skip your dinner. Also, your food has to be clean. See, this is like say you have a posh vehicle, okay, you need to put the right speed petrol for it to behave like that posh vehicle. Otherwise, it will not function. It will look very polished and well from outside, but from inside.
And it will start sputtering all kinds of gases.
Yes. This is exactly what we also feel. We feel the dullness in our body. If you equate it to the human body, how you would feel those dullness, those irritability, then somewhere some ache and pain, unexplained. These are nothing but inflammation markers in your body, the resultant of those bad fueling.
Right.
So, initial 3 weeks in any nutrition, be it any form of diet, initial 3 weeks will be very tough. I'll explain why it is tough. See, you can say I'm not going to eat a sweet, but internally the craving will be more. Your gut is filled with microbiomes, okay?
Right.
So one is the healthier set, one is the non-healthier set. So now there is a constant fight happening between the ruling party and the opposition party. Okay. So now these send signals to your brain. When you do not respond, you get agitated, irritated, then you want to give up on it. You have to control that. The way to control is by drinking water and fueling at the right time. You will this population will die down after say 3 to 4 weeks. No, you will not have this craving, but 3 to 4 weeks you definitely have to stick to it. If you let go there, then this is a vicious cycle. We'll keep living with it. There is no other way out of it.
Right. So how do you what can one do to increase the good microbiome and kind of suppress the ones that result in cravings and stuff?
Yes. So what happens in our body is like for each flavor we eat, right? There is signaling happening in your brain. Okay. So when you put say salt or sour or spicy, so you just get only one signal in your brain. Whereas when you put sugar in your mouth, right, there is a traffic jam of signals inside your brain. That is why we cannot stop with one bite. Because the entire system is alert and they are in the dancing mode. Hey, sugar is arriving. Come on, more.
Dopamine.
Yes, effect. Then you reach that state where like you are done too much of it because now the signal is all jammed. So you really have to cut down that signal completely. The only way is to be away from it for 3 to 4 weeks. Literally no sugar, no processed food, no direct. You can have a fruit. You can eat like dates, one or two dry fruits, but no direct sugar.
Right.
So this microbiome, no, it will die down, it will settle down. After that, when you eat just one bite, no, you'll feel satisfied. So just wait for that period to happen. That waiting period is actually what the success of your diet program.
Nice. It really sounds simple when you hear it, but it is what the plans can be the best in the world, but unless you act on them,
Execute it. Yes,
you won't see anything moving at all.
definitely. Sticking to it is the only. So that is why I say be accountable to someone. Right now, your conscious kicks in. Okay, when you know that you're answerable, definitely you will not cheat for yourself.
Right.
So that's how this process goes.
So being accountable for someone like a coach or someone
Exactly.
you are answerable to, or maybe someone you're paying to help you with that, would definitely be
There
something.
should be some way of fear. Either the payment should bring, okay, I've invested so much on myself, let me stick to it. Or truthfulness. Yes, I am going. See, some of us are, we are, very strong-minded by ourselves. Some need that push and motivation and guidance. Okay, you're doing very good. Okay, then they want the pat on the back every time they do it. So that gives them that. So you need to figure out what gives you that feeling, right?
Right. So when you mentioned motivation, so let us talk about a little bit about that. So I mean, what motivates people, or to stick to it or give up, what's
See,
what helps?
ideally, no, I don't believe in that word motivation because that can die down any moment. Okay, so I would keep your why and what, how. Like suppose you have a goal. Okay, write it down in a paper, or stick it up in your bedroom, in one of the wall, like where you sleep, where you wake up. Put it there. Keep visualizing that. Suppose you want to achieve a number, no? Keep remembering that. So every time you want to fall out of your plan, no, ask yourself how much of damage this is going to cause to your, how much will it cost you? Definitely you will not do that. So, and don't put yourself in that, a locked period for a long time. Just set a small goal, achieve it. Like suppose in running, if you say don't have a year-long plan, just keep one race, stick to it, achieve it, then let go of it. Just relax and enjoy. Similarly, if you want weight loss or a goal, see, generally, no, you need that weight loss actually to achieve something. See, for a runner, you want a better timing. That is why you want to shed this weight. So there is always a motive behind it. Keep that intact. Keep like a mantra. Keep chanting it to yourself. Try to visualize it, or get into a group where all of them have that same motive. Okay, that motto should be like a common, otherwise people will derail you, pull you along with them. So have a accountable group who have similar vision, then this process is going to be really easy.
Right. So having an understanding of your why would actually, help you stay on track. Also, the environment the people you surround yourself with, if you are in a group like Runners 360 or, pacemakers or something like that, you are going to turn up with their
Yes.
workouts and all that. It kind of keeps you on track,
See,
right?
if there is a goal, right, you
Mm.
don't go to that goal immediately, right?
Mm.
There, it's broken down into steps, right? So each week is a target. Okay,
Correct.
so you need to achieve every target to reach there. It's not that I'll sleep for 10 weeks and I'll see that in the last 4 weeks. No, it's not like our college exams where we will leave everything for 6 months and just study in the last 1 month. No,
Right.
that's not like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So every week there is a benchmark. Even in weight loss, no, every week you should 500 grams. You shouldn't lose more than that. Even less than that is okay, but not more than that. Too much too soon, no, then you'll hit a plateau and you want to give up. So you should have small benchmarks, achieve it. And if you stick to the process, right, sometimes these goals may not happen. Okay, you may not see your weighing scale moving at all, but still keep doing it. Your belt buckle will tell you the truth.
Right.
Okay, your appearance will tell you the truth. You meet the person whom you meet daily may not be able to tell the change, but someone whom you meet, like say after a month or so, they will be able to immediately tell that to you.
Right.
That gives you that feeling, right? Okay, success. So the sacrifice what you have made, also do not call it like sacrifice, then you become self pitying mode, right? So do it for the sake of you want
Because
to do it.
you want to do it.
Yes,
Yeah.
you want. If you want something badly in life, you will definitely go for it.
Right.
You don't need any motivation, anybody to push you, nothing needed.
Yeah, and that is a great point as well. When you have a big goal that appears too big to achieve, it can be a bit paralyzing.
Yes,
You know,
it doesn't happen.
right. So breaking that down into smaller goals and
See,
taking those off, kind of.
learning, no, the learning graph is something which has to increase steadily with the considerable amount of difficulty. See, for a first standard child, immediately you put them in a 6th standard portion, the child cannot. So it goes like first to second, second to third, right? So the same learning happens only when there is a bearable level of difficulty.
Right. Yeah.
If the difficulty level is beyond, if you have, like, say, suppose I say I want to do a sub 40 tomorrow, definitely not possible. I'll give up running. If I say, okay, let me come back to 48, yes, it makes sense. Right? So your difficulty level should be difficult, but at the same time doable. Not something just because somebody else had it, let me also do it. No, then you are sure shot that you're not going to do it.
Right.
Just you're time passing with that
Yeah.
goal. That's it.
As as coaches, that is something that we always keep in mind, right? The workout should be, difficult enough, but not so difficult that he's not able to finish.
Yes.
If he's not able to finish, he or she is not able to finish, they will always, dread something like that.
Coming back to it.
Right? So it won't achieve anything.
It is the loss for the coach as well as the trainee. It's loss of time, loss of time, money, and everything. Right? See, what happens is if it is too easy, then you take it for granted.
Right.
If it is too difficult, then when you don't achieve it, it pulls you down. There is a more than the strength, there is a loss of confidence.
Spiral.
Yes.
Confidence. Yeah.
So as women, we face this a lot in training cycle because being a woman, because of our monthly cycles, right? So this goal is something, what you say, no, we see this in every month process. So that will immediately derail you and demotivate you, and you would have done exceptional for 3 weeks. That 1 week of non-performance will make you believe that, okay, it's not possible, I may not achieve it.
Right.
So your difficulty level also should suit your lifestyle and your position for that moment,
Yeah.
your strength and your ability for that moment. If it matches, yes, it'll keep going smoothly.
Oh, this is has been super fun. So, fantastic. So, what are some of the tips that you would give, working athletes to, uh, you know, uh, say if they want to, start on a transformation?
Okay, so tips like that, what I would say is like, keep your goal. See, all of us have to be fit in the sense, to a basic level of fitness that is compulsory in life. Unfortunately, we don't have it as a rule. Okay, so fitness should be like it should be like a daily routine, like brushing teeth. Okay, exercising should be part of your daily routine. Then you don't need any motivation, any extra push to achieve that. Choose what you feel are happy doing it. Okay, not because some you have. If you have company and you like the company, go for a run. You like a group workout, join a place where they conduct a workout, or you like working out alone, do that. But be consistent. All of us would have told that, because uh, one doesn't make a difference. You add a string of ones together, it becomes like a one bead doesn't make. You make it into a mala, it needs so many beads, so many little small efforts clubbed together. So fix your goal. And if you want it, how badly you want it, makes you go towards it.
Beautiful. Very, very well done. Very well said. And, thanks for taking the time and sharing your experience and your life journey with the Working Athlete podcast.
Thank you so much for having me here, Venki. Thank you.
That was my conversation with Rama. I hope you enjoyed that. If you are enjoying these podcasts and are finding them useful, please consider supporting the podcast by subscribing to it on YouTube as well as on your favorite podcasting app. It really helps. Also, supporting the sponsors of the podcast is a great way to support the podcast itself. Thanks again for your continuous support. See you next week with another guest.